During a recent interview with Donald Trump Jr. on his Triggered podcast, I guess it's called, Republican lawmaker Marjorie Taylor Greene explained for the first time why she was so terrified for her life during the Capitol riot. On January 6, 2021, Marjorie Taylor Greene, like so many other members of Congress, was afraid that something horrible was going to happen to her because of those rioters. But before I play you the clip, it's important to keep in mind that Marjorie Taylor Greene's not talking about the actual rioters. Marjorie Taylor Greene was afraid of something that she completely invented in her own brain. So here she is on Donald Trump Jr.'s podcast explaining to the world why she's afraid of her own imagination. Take a look.
I was also scared because no one could tell me that those were Trump supporters. I fully believe that they were Antifa BLM rioters, the same ones that we saw cause over $2 billion in damage in American cities across the country the previous year. And I was actually scared. And luckily there was another member of Congress, I'm not going to name him right now, I'll let people read it in the book, that helped me a lot. And I'm also very thankful he was armed that day because I really believe in good guys with guns.
So she was afraid of the Black Lives Matter protesters and the Antifa protesters that were part of that crowd. And as we all know, they were not part of that crowd. So she was afraid of something that she created in her own brain. She created a scenario. Like, as there's total chaos in the house, she makes up her own scenario and then gets terrified by that scenario, only to later be comforted, as she says, by this mystery lawman who took her in and told her, shh, everything will be okay, right? Now, what's interesting to me here is that Marjorie Taylor Greene has spent 2.5 years telling us that the people arrested for participating in the Capitol riot are in fact political prisoners, that they're being persecuted for their political beliefs. But here she is now telling us that those Capitol rioters were actually Antifa and Black Lives Matter. So is she telling us that Antifa and Black Lives Matter folks, they're actually political prisoners? They're the ones being persecuted for their political beliefs? Because you see, both of those statements cannot be held in somebody's head at the same time. It can't be that this whole thing was staged and that these people are political prisoners. Now, I know a lot of you may be thinking, but Farron, not all of them were Antifa or BLM. You know, those were just the people who instigated it and ran off. And then the Capitol rioters, the Trump supporters, they're the ones who got egged on to do it by these people. Sure. I guess that would make sense if we didn't have the social media posts from a lot of these convicted Capitol rioters where they clearly stated they're going to go to the Capitol and they're going to cause hell. So there goes that part of your little conspiracy theory. Again, in the days leading up to January 6, 2021, I was doing segments on it, warning about it, because the posts were out there in the open. There were news articles talking about the post that these Trump supporters were going to go to the Capitol and be violent. The FBI had received plenty of warning that these people were going to go to the Capitol and be violent. That wasn't Antifa, that wasn't Black Lives Matter, that wasn't any liberal or leftist group. That was the Trump people making plans ahead of time to go to the Capitol and do this. That's not a conspiracy theory, that's what actually happened. And it's very well documented. So Marjorie Taylor Greene goes out there, she lies about this, she makes stuff up because she knows how bad it is what these people did. And she knows that she has to defend them because, hell, I have to imagine a lot of her supporters are currently behind bars. So she makes up this alternative reality, tells us how frightened she is of this alternative reality, and only the dumbest in the country buy into what she's saying. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.